Hi everybody, Bob here, another video. Today I'm joined by my son Daniel, who also goes to Empire, and what we're going to talk about today is our initial experiences at Empire, how we sort of came to go, and actually in particular what Dan's experiences of Empire as a young teenager were.
Yeah.
So, right, how did we find out about Empire?
And okay, honestly, it's kind of blurry to me how we actually went. So, this is a thing we can do.
So this is how I see it. At the time, we were Richard and James who are Dan's older brothers.
Yeah.
We were all into like 40k,
anything
nerdy, tabletop, D&D. All that sort of thing, video games, all that sort of thing.
Yep.
And I think it came about by James liking hat films, and you liking hat films.
I did. Okay, so I liked hat films as a kid. Well, not as a kid, but when I was like,
well, you were
10, 11.
Well, you were only 13 when you went.
Yeah, I was only 13 when I went, but I wasn't watching them at the time.
No.
I can't remember how we actually initially discovered it. I don't think we discovered Empire as itself. I think what we did is we said we wanted to go LARPing.
I think it was something we discussed because I think we had discussions at our War Games Club.
Really?
Yeah. Ashley had been LARPing previously, so it's something I was talking to Ashley about, and it's always something that I'd wanted to do, but I mean,
I'd known about it. You know, I think one of the first times I saw LARPing was in a JonTron video, where I did a video about it was like some weird thing about some Christian movie that was saying it was predicting role-playing games as being bad. It's from like the 80s.
Oh yeah. I think I might have seen that.
Yeah, but that's when I first saw it, and I sort of and I was kind of like,
it was the whole thing about everybody who plays D&D are devil worshippers.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I remember all that going on, especially in the 80s.
Yeah.
So it was something I'd always wanted to do. I think my first awareness of LARP was back in the 80s, and I saw like adverts in magazines like RPG and things for Labyrinth and those sort of games. And I'd always wanted to go, but never had the funds or the transport or anything else to do it. And then I sort of, obviously family comes along, you forget about all that. And it wasn't really until you guys came along, and then Richard and James got involved in mainly Warhammer and 40k when they were young.
Also D&D as well.
D&D.
Now, I never got too big into D&D before LARP, which is very strange because it's almost like I came on fresh.
Yeah.
Because I literally played a little bit with James.
Yeah.
And I really liked the idea of role playing, but my friends went into it. They didn't want to do it with me.
No.
And
it was a family, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a family,
and that's probably because I'm like a huge nerd, and I still got.
We're like second generation nerds.
Yeah, I still got all my sort of role playing games from way back in the day.
Did you just play like? Was it D&D first edition or second?
I had the basic sets, and then I mainly played second edition D&D.
D&D basic, was it?
Yeah. D&D basic sets, which came out in like 79, 80.
I mean, we play third edition. We don't play fifth.
I only really know second edition. That's my favourite. And then also Call of Cthulhu. I was massively into Call of Cthulhu, and then the other games.
We did play a bit of that together. We also had the board game as well.
We did, and we liked the board game. Yeah. But it was. I think it was the Lord of the Rings films and the Lord of the Rings miniatures game that.
So that's our dog coming in.
It's our dog Shadow. He's got a fluffy banana. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah. Okay. So it's Lord of the Rings films that really probably sparked the interest initially. Then the board games, etc. So that was the first thing that really sort of piqued our interest. Probably like many other people at the time. It was quite a massive and important video, I think.
Yeah. And by the way, we turned up the event before the Play Apocalypse on the Mud Apocalypse.
Yeah. So I think that the sort of bug hit us really hard just from watching that video.
Mhm.
And then there were a few other things that we watched.
The main one for me was the one by Holly
Holly
Small.
Yeah. Which is an absolutely fantastic video. It shows really simply some very basic things that you can expect from Empire.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great video. What we're going to do is if the ones we mentioned, we're going to try and.
Wait, can we just do a jump cut because there's a thing in the way?
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so just on the videos that we were watching. So the first one that we watched was Mark Humes' video. And then on from that, we watched Holly the Small's video about Empire, which is brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I loved it because I like YouTube animators. You know,
what's that one that you watch about the Subway? Because it reminded me of that.
Yeah, the Odd Ones Out.
Odd
there's
Ones
a
Out,
lot of them. There's what Odd Ones Out, there's Jaden Animations. There's a ton of them.
So you like that because it reminded.
But it reminded me.
It reminded you of
it
that.
was brilliant. I loved it.
So there's that, and then once we sort of got the idea of Empire, we searched that and we started looking at a few other people that had done ones. So the standout ones for us, and we'll try and link in the description below some of these ones so you can go and have a look. Was Neon Magpie.
Yeah, he's good.
He's brilliant. His videos are awesome. I don't think he's doing them anymore though, is he?
Is he not?
I don't think so. Not well. He hasn't done any Empire ones recently, but they're really good. Really interesting.
Who was that guy who was like? This is from before the site change, back on the old site, and he had that very. He's the guy with the camera.
Right.
Orcs No, not
Orcs oh God, I know his character.
There was the three of them.
They're in Dawn, and the
We'll put a thing on screen.
We're trying. No, we won't, because it's me doing the editing.
You will put a thing on screen. If you
No,
can.
not a chance. I ain't gonna be able to do that. I'm a dad.
Put it in the description.
It'll be underneath anyway. All I can remember is his character's name was Clarence, and he was in Dawn.
He's a photographer.
He's a photographer, and I actually role played with him briefly on my first event, which we'll perhaps come back to later. Yeah, so they were really good. I know that PD doesn't allow filming in the field anymore, but we really enjoyed those videos. And probably the last one was I don't want to say the wrong person's name, so I'll just go with his YouTube tag name, which is Filth1980, but the I is a 1. Again, we'll try and link that. Yeah. And he has done some amazing videos where he puts together compilations of photographs from Empire with a soundtrack with music.
Very simple, but they're brilliant because it means he does them for each event. So he'll get, like, for example, E1 2019 or something like that. He will do entire compilation of the entire event, and they are brilliant, and the music as well is good.
Yeah.
Also, one that stood out to me, which I absolutely loved, which was called Anvil Soundscapes.
Oh yeah,
and I thought that was very clever because, obviously, right, filming of LARP itself can come across quite cringy, as we all know. But the thing is that Anvil Soundscapes, having the sounds
and then photographs
was brilliant.
It was.
I thought that was really, and I've showed a few people it.
Yeah.
And it was like, especially the music and the atmosphere.
Because that was all music done by players, which is awesome.
Yeah, but that captured the atmosphere of Empire, and I really liked that video.
So so basically we found Empire by YouTube, really, wasn't it? So
now on.
Well, yeah. So we made the decision that we wanted to go, and our initial thought was that we were going to go to the E1 of the following year.
Yeah,
I think is what we.
Yeah, we thought, it's too, because this is like summertime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think it was August.
Yeah.
So it was August, and basically the E3 was like coming up in like a couple of weeks when we discovered it, from what I remember.
Yeah, and so obviously we weren't going to E3. So E3 passed us
It
by.
must have been early August because
Yeah.
we hadn't gone up to see, well, my grandparents, your parents.
No.
We hadn't gone up to see them because I know that when we went up there in Birmingham, we bought some of our kit. which
We
got
did.
Here.
We what did we get at Birmingham?
It's just up
Oh
there.
yeah. Oh right. Yeah. Oh, I'm not going to show it, but we bought a couple of shirts. I think from Oasis.
Hippie shop, wasn't it?
Oasis in Birmingham.
Oasis, yeah.
But I think we were so hooked with it, the idea of doing it. We couldn't wait. Oh, and we went to the Grange, didn't we, as well? Remember the airsoft?
Yeah. That
And
was brilliant.
they had a range of LARP weapons at the airsoft place as well. We looked at them.
And we were like, oh, that's so cool.
And they looked really cool. So we thought, it was just things like that sort of really made us want to go. So we made a decision to go to E4 2017.
And you know what? I'm glad.
Yes, I think they made a really good decision.
Mostly because if we would have gone E1,
Mm.
possibly we might not still be going to Empire just because of the mud apocalypse.
E1 was hard, wasn't it?
It was very hard.
So E1 2018.
It was a good event.
Yeah.
Because that was the event I passed my citizenship test.
We'll come back to that in a sec. So yeah, we actually decided that we're going to go to E4 of 2017. So we so who went? It was me, you, and Mom, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So
we had like a little reason. Didn't we buy a tent? A cheap little.
no, we had one. You had one from Scouts.
Yeah.
Which is the
being an ex-scout, brilliant for Empire because you know exactly how to put up a tent. You know exactly how to do all that, and you know
what you're doing.
Extra socks. Bring extra socks.
So you had your tent from Scouts, and me and Mommy had another tent. Well, we just had another tent for camping. So we were okay for tents. We're okay for sort of basic camping equipment because your mom was a beaver leader for quite a long time, so she was used to camping. So we camped out of character for our first event, and I think most people tend to. Don't they?
Yeah, I know. Although our friends in the LARP noobs, they bought an IC.
Did they go straight into IC?
They did. I'm pretty
right.
sure. But they bought it second hand, and they had to go out all the way to Wales. I'm pretty sure Bristol.
Oh, right.
I think they went.
You've been listening to the podcast.
I have been listening to the podcast.
So yeah, we sort of basically already had all the out of character camping equipment, so we went out of character.
Yeah.
Well,
we slept next to a Dornish egregore, didn't we? I'm pretty sure. The 10 across from us. He's a Dornish egregore.
Was he Dorn?
Or Marcher.
Marcher.
Marcher egregore.
Marcher, really nice guy.
Yeah.
Was he an egregore? I thought he was a senator.
No, I don't know. He might be a senator.
I think he was a senator.
Really cool guy.
Really nice.
But that moment for me, because I saw him and I assumed this guy must be a new player because I thought, people who've been going for a while, they probably have an IC 10. But when I found out that this guy, it sounds kind of judgmental in a way now that I'm saying it, but no, when I saw him as an experienced player,
yeah,
who was camping OC,
yeah, it
kind of almost made me think like I can go and do some really cool, so I can become like the emperor or something like not obviously like that, but I can go and become a general eventually, maybe something like that.
Yeah,
it's like
I think what he's trying to get at there is the fact that there's no if you don't camp in character, there's no restrictions on you doing anything.
Oh, there's nothing, and also with like LARP, there is some expense there, right? I mean, we didn't have much money at the time.
We had nothing.
Yeah,
really.
and at the time, and even now we don't.
No.
We built our kit up over time. Which is how I think you should do it, to be honest.
Well, I mean, if you're very wealthy, then go ahead and buy all the expensive kit. But,
yeah, true.
But actually,
I like the collecting aspect of it myself.
Yeah, I guess that's because we're war gamers.
Yeah.
We like collecting stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, our first event was E4 of 2017. We decided to go with Navarre rather than probably what most people at the time were going for, which was Wintermark.
Yeah.
Why? I know my reasons for Navarre, and I guess unfortunately,
I think you wanted to go high guard originally.
Originally I wanted to go high guard, because I liked all the black and white sort of. I liked all the kit for that.
Yeah.
But I think that what put me off going straight into high guard was a perceived expense of the quick kit.
And also you thought, oh, I'm going to have like full plate armour. And,
yeah,
and
I mean,
like
I
really
think it was wrong.
Yes.
Because I don't think you do, and I think you can start any nation with very basic kit, and no one will bat an eyelid. But I felt that at the time, we felt that
Navarre, we would feel. I think it was more that we wanted to feel more included, or not more included, but like more that not out of place. I guess I think it's like a normal sort of thing. You don't want to be like the odd one out with the bad kit. You know, it's a stupid idea.
It's been proven wrong. So these are preconceived ideas. That
we're talking about what we felt like at the time.
We're talking about what we felt like.
Like
at the
now,
time.
I could go into whatever nation you like the look of. You know, and also the things that you can do with some scraps. You know, a clip-off knife and some old bits of leather. You know, if you're creative enough, you can do a lot.
I think I'm much more confident now. I could happily go into any nation.
Same, yeah.
You know, I could happily go into any nation. Yeah, my kit obviously wouldn't be the same as it is now for Navarre, but I could happily go into it. But at the time, we sort of felt that it would be quite difficult to do. But that's not really the case. But
that's how we felt.
That's how we felt at the time.
But also, I think Navarre did interest us. Apart from that,
yeah,
obviously.
I think the brief.
It wasn't just that's all we can go for. It was like
oh no. I mean, we could have easily gone to Wintermark. I mean, my first thought was Wintermark because obviously from Mark Hume's videos, and I think that's what a lot of people did.
I mean, Wintermark is like a very, very big nation now.
It is now.
It's slowed down, I think, and I think a lot of people have started going from Wintermark to other nations.
Maybe.
No, I know of a lot of people.
I know of quite a few people who have come to Navarre from Wintermark.
Yeah.
Anyway, so getting back to the point, I chose Navarre for a couple of reasons. First one was that I felt that I could do the kit. The second one was
I really like the kit. I like these sort of. I really liked the, make do with what you got, patch, repair type of thing. And I think the character I wanted to create at the time, I'm cringing at it now, but I wanted to create sort of a rogue type character.
Well, come on, everybody. I would say the vast majority of people have come from D&D.
Yeah.
And so when you're creating a character for LARP,
you think,
you're thinking of D&D characters, aren't you? You know.
But I've actually Bryn ended up becoming a mage.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
Anyway, so we picked Navarre. I picked Navarre as well because they camped in the woods.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
So I just felt that would be cool. Even though we were camping out of character and we weren't actually camping in the woods at the time, but we felt that would be cool. And we liked the brief. We felt the costumes.
I liked the Vernon as well. I really liked that we had our own almost sworn enemy that no one else had.
Well, everybody has. I mean, if you actually look into the background.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure like Wintermark have like the Jotun.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff going on, but again, you know, we could talk about that for hours.
Yeah.
So I just want to try and keep it on track for.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't help but ramble.
Yeah. So we decided that we'd go Navarre, which in retrospect was a fantastic choice, but we didn't really. We read a little bit on the wiki. I did. You read even less.
I didn't read any. I had hardly anything.
Hardly anything at all. I know Susan read nothing. Absolutely nothing. She had absolutely no idea. So I was the only one who actually read anything.
Oh, and you were a guide when you first started.
Yeah. So
that's weird to think about. You being a guide.
Well, again, it comes from D&D. My favourite character in D&D was always a cleric. and that's what I thought I was picking. Was a D&D cleric type thing. No.
I mean, really, you were picking a religious politician. I mean, that's from what I've gathered with the guide. I mean, I don't know. A lot of it is there's a lot of sort of hallowing of things and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And making sure people are virtuous.
Well, the other thing I picked with it was that I thought that there was like different meetings that were going on, and the synod.
Be able to get into something, get you to.
Yeah, I thought I could really get into something there where there'll be immediate. The ability to immediately talk to people and have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Because you would be in that group straight away.
Yeah.
Didn't quite work out that way.
No, but I think one of the things you did really enjoy straight away was the battle. I mean, that influenced.
Should we just talk about our first event then, quickly? Start off where we went. Right. So we have, cutting a long story short again, we eventually got to Empire. We live in South Wales, so we're an awfully long way away. It's about a 4-hour drive to get there, and it was basically a campsite, really, wasn't it?
It was a campsite, straight up. I mean, when I first heard about LARPing and Empire, I did imagine more of a town, like almost like a fake sort of town type thing that would be built up, and I thought that nations would fight against each other, which I was very wrong about, and I read into it later. Yeah, that's one of the things I assumed. And I also assumed that it was more linear, like D&D. Yeah, and I didn't realise what it would be like. Obviously, when I got there.
So how old were you when you your first?
I was 13.
13.
Turning 14. In like
a few months after.
Yeah.
So we went as a family, which was probably different to what a lot of people do.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people on their first events usually go with other people or by themselves.
Friends.
Friends, yeah. Or by themselves.
Well done to people who go by themselves.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I really mad respect for them,
Yeah, totally. Yeah, if you go by yourself, fantastic. Well done.
Especially at the time, I wouldn't have that sort of confidence.
No, I think we've changed as well as people over the time we've been doing Empire.
Oh my god! I mean,
you have definitely.
Me at that age, I was an awkward 13-year-old. To be honest, I was an awkward kid.
So we got there. So it was E4 of 2017. The weather was like meh. Wasn't it?
It was a bit rainy.
A bit rainy. Well, it was quite a lot rainy, but
it wasn't not comparing it to the next event. It was absolutely
the next
beautiful.
event. It was fine. Yeah.
I think we had a thunderstorm towards the end as well.
Only one.
Yeah.
Oh well, E4, our first event.
Yeah. E4 2017. There was a little bit of a thunderstorm.
Oh.
Because I remember fighting in the Glory Square. The Glory Square. Almost called it something else then. I was fighting in the Glory Square of the Academy, which we'll go on to a little bit later.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was a bit of thunder and stuff. It really adds to the atmosphere. It's brilliant.
Right.
But yeah.
So we sort of set off into. Before we actually sort of went time in, we literally arrived there with next to nothing, kit wise, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we had sort of brown trousers and a shirt.
A lot of
army surplus stuff.
A lot of army surplus stuff and a lot of charity shop stuff.
Yeah.
Which is what I think a lot of LARPers do.
But Mom found it really quite difficult to get kit, didn't she?
Yeah.
Before we went. So our biggest expense at the event was kitting out Mom. She had she went to Chow's and she had a cape, a cloak and a dress.
Really nice, to be honest.
Really nice. And it about £100, I think.
Altogether, yeah.
Altogether.
But you don't have to spend that. You don't.
No, but we made a lot of our own kit. I made a sort of leather jacket and a jerkin.
Oh, I had a jerkin, yeah.
Yeah, and that was all made out of sofa leather. So our kit, mine and your kit.
Our kit was our old sofa.
£30 each.
Yeah,
that we'd spent on our kit. And stuff lying about the house.
I think the majority of that came from the shirts that we bought.
Yeah. Oh, we made a Lindy beige.
Yes.
Cloak. So
we did have another one of these, but it wasn't. This is the better one.
Yeah. So I made.
It was an army blanket.
It was an army blanket, brown army blanket. I sewed a couple of tabs on it, as per the instructions in a Lindy Beige video.
Very good video.
And I made a cloak. It was pretty awful, but actually, it
honestly,
kept me
that
warm.
is probably better than most cloaks you'll get.
It kept me warm and dry.
Yeah, it does.
So it was fine. So we spent next to nothing on kit, and then we bought one weapon, which was this axe.
We had to share one weapon between the two of us.
Between the three of us, really.
I mean, my mum.
Mum wasn't in combat, but so we bought a buckler and an axe, and they were about £30 each.
Yeah. They have lasted a long time.
They've been brilliant. I can't even remember who I bought them off.
But these were the first and the last weapons we ever bought.
They're the first and the last weapons I ever bought. I never bought any more weapons after these two.
Yeah, which you might be wondering how we got these.
Yeah, because I made all my own.
Yes.
That's for another thing.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm pretty sure people on this show know.
If you're thinking that it's expensive, it doesn't have to be, does it?
Oh god, no. Yeah.
I mean, your tent was a little one-man tent you'd already had. I mean, you could end up, if you take not counting your ticket price and your food. I
think back then, ticket price was a little cheaper as well.
Yeah, it was a little cheaper at the time. But you can rock up to Empire with a backpack for yourself.
A big thing. If you want to save on money, I can tell you now. I mean, IC camping definitely helps with this, but make your own food. Make your own food. And I'm not talking like you can have the odd pot noodle, right? But that's what we had. We had a lot of pot noodles.
We had a lot of pot
noodles.
noodles.
36 pot noodles by the end of that. I don't think we finished them all because we're just so sick of them. But make your own food or bring.
We did do bacon in the mornings.
We did do bacon.
We had a camping stove.
But this is one thing I loved about IC camping when we first started. A year later, actually.
Was it a year?
Is the next.
Yeah, it was a year.
One thing I absolutely loved about IC camping was cooking, and I prepared for I think it's the last event. You can just prepare do yourself a couple of curries and tubs, chuck them in a pan, heat them up, and you've got curry.
We froze them, didn't we?
Yeah, we froze them in the week. Yeah.
You're sort of skipping ahead a bit here.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just.
Yeah. So we. Yeah. Well, you're right though. We spent 12 months camping out of character.
Didn't
we?
Yeah.
So on to the next bit. Really was how do we feel about? Well, how did you feel about it as a young person, starting off? And what do you think the differences are between going with a group of friends and going with your family? Because you went to your first one with your mum and dad.
Yeah.
So what do you think the differences are?
I mean, obviously, as a young person with your parents, the big one is freedom, or more like if you were with your mates and you were all 18 plus, be out going to the bars and things. And that's the main thing people do at night. Apart from the people who don't drink, they often go and do their own thing where they go into. I mean, the
people still go to the bars and don't drink.
They have droppings. Yeah. But I mean that's one of the main things people do at night at Empire is drink.
Yeah, to begin with. To begin with, yeah.
Yeah, there's all sorts of shenanigans go on.
Yeah.
Throughout the night, of course.
The last couple of events I did, I didn't have time to go drinking. I was too busy. But yeah, to begin with, that's one of the main things. So, but as a 13-year-old on the field, I mean, me and Mom were quite happy to let you go and do your thing. We introduced you to the academy.
Yeah, and that was. By the way, all the people who volunteer for the academy, all the teachers, props to them. They are brilliant and they handle the children really well there. Mm-hmm. I mean, there were a few sort of, young teenagers. I think some of the older ones were about 16. And I think a lot of them like to stay there because they like to help, teach and look after the younger ones. As well, they also enjoy the company. Personally, I left the academy as soon as I did my citizenship test, but that was my preference.
I think though, by the time you'd done your citizenship test, we'd got quite a big group. Of,
I wanted to go and do my own thing at that time.
Yeah. But your first couple of events, you had some really good fun going around with the academy.
Oh, brilliant!
And you did a skirmish, didn't you?
Did a skirmish, yeah.
And then you did your.
But they make Empire for children and younger people really good fun. And I think, the whole thing of this talk we're having now, if you got a family, Empire is still brilliant. I think.
Yeah.
I think it's a great sort of family
weekend.
A family weekend, brilliant.
Definitely.
Especially with even younger kids as well.
I think that was one of the things that appealed to your mom. It was
a big thing to do with the three of us.
Richard, the first event, Richard and James didn't go, but I think one of the things that she really wanted was to be able to spend time together with the whole family.
Yeah.
And because, as I say, Richard and James left home, and so she didn't see him so much. So she felt that it was a way for us all to do something that was interesting as a family together. And I think Mom went to about 4 events. She can't go now. Yeah, she can't go now because of health reasons. She can't do it. She can't manage it anymore. Yeah. I would say on the whole, she enjoyed them. I
think she enjoyed being with us.
I think because
just saying, she's not like she just never played Warhammer.
No, she's definitely
played a little bit of Call of Cthulhu. Didn't she
played a little bit of D&D and Call of Cthulhu and stuff, but not much. It's not really her thing.
Yeah.
And I think she enjoyed Empire for the social side of it.
Yeah. But
not so much for the actual game itself. She wasn't
involved in it.
No. She didn't really want to get involved in the game side of it. It didn't really interest her.
But it was fine. There was still plenty of stuff to do for her.
Yeah. So one of the highlights of our first event was me and Mom went to a theatre.
And me. Yeah.
Did you go to the theatre?
I did go to the theatre too. Yeah.
Oh right, yeah. So we went to the theatre in the league.
It was the league. Yeah.
And there was a competition in Navarre at the time. I think for 50 thrown person. I think it was.
I think it's 50 thrown. Yeah.
Yeah. And Navarre won it with their knife dancing, which was really good. But the things that we enjoyed some of the other plays that were on. Was it a Coctopus play?
I don't think there's a Coctopus. I never.
It was
the unicorn one, but it's similar sort of thing.
Similar sort of thing. Oh yeah, which was the unicorn with the floppy horn.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, I think there was. And he went around all the nations to try and have a straight horn.
Yeah, yeah.
I think eventually it's the brass coast, wasn't it?
I think it was the brass coast that did that.
That's a very nice line in that.
It was. That was really good, and that was the sort of thing that that was one of the things that made us want to come back, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really. I think one of the things for me was it was really cool to see. This is a completely player-run thing, and I think with Empire in particular, everything, almost like the plot, everything is player-run. PD obviously play a very big part. They do the plot, the basic sort of thing, but there's a lot of player-driven plot, and a lot of player.
I don't think we realised how much when we first started. I don't think we realised how much was actually done and organised by the players.
Because they love it, and people do it because. And Bitterbark, they have their own tea shop. Got Loomies as well, and people do this stuff because they love LARP and they love it. And it's just, and all the people who run the bars as well. Yeah. There's people who go to Empire who just go to Empire and
run a bar.
Yeah.
So, how did you? So there were times. I'm not going to lie here. There were times as well when I certainly felt a little bit lost.
Oh yeah, same. I felt really lost a few times. And I think part of that, for me, was my confidence at the time. Because I remember one time as I walked into the Anvil Library, and I think there's a meeting going on, and everyone who was there was really friendly towards me, and I sort of said hi. They were all really friendly. I didn't know what to talk to them about. I was just kind of I just popped in because it looked interesting.
Well, actually, that's probably one of the best things to actually do.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is pop in because it looks interesting.
But my problem is that I wasn't. At the time, I wasn't confident enough. But I think Empire. By the way, Empire definitely helps has helped me with that. Because
Yeah.
now,
You're much more confident.
I'm much more confident. I could go into the Anvil library and go, hello, what's going on?
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, we're trying to deal with this heretic.
Yeah.
You know, something like that.
I think I had a couple of moments. I think Mama had gone off for a nap in the tent or something, and you were doing whatever it was you were doing with the academy, and I was on my own. And
I definitely had a few moments of that as well.
yeah, and I was like, oh, what am I supposed to be doing? What am I doing here? Why am I even doing this? A couple of moments.
Yeah, and I genuinely felt like, I don't know if this is for me.
Mm.
Yeah, I definitely felt like that too.
But the thing that turned it round for me at the time was the battles.
Yeah,
you couldn't do.
I couldn't
because you hadn't passed your test.
Yeah.
But you did a skirmish, didn't you, with the
academy, and that was really good. Again, another thing that they do, which I think is brilliant, is the skirmish, that they let the younger children have a go.
Yeah.
And that's brilliant.
So I did the battles, and I monstered. The first one I did was a monster battle, and I played a husk. Now, at the time I didn't realise, but it wasn't really a typical battle.
No, the husks. Did you play as a Valorn husk? Or was it just like a husk?
I was a Dornish person that had died in the swamps or something, and I can't even remember really. And I'd been reanimated, and when we went through makeup, which was probably a lot different to a normal monstering.
It's a very different battle.
It was really good. So we got to choose whether we wanted to be a fast husk or a slow husk. I chose to be a slow husk because I'm a fat old man. And basically it was your classic sort of zombie type thing. You know, you were slow moving, and if you imagine like zombies from The Walking Dead type thing.
Yeah. Fantasy type of undead sort of thing.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
World of Warcraft. Something like that.
so we did that battle, and the reason we're saying it's unusual is that actually most of the battles that happen, you usually play an orc.
I think that there was an option to fight against the Valorn a couple of events ago.
Yeah,
and there was a lot of drama about it in
Conclave.
Yeah,
they didn't pick it, did they?
No.
Yeah, we were quite disappointed with that, but yeah, so we played husks, and it was great. I'm not going to go into.
I didn't, but...
No, and I'm not going to go into the full details of the whole battle, but suffice it to say, I really enjoyed it. It was my first experience of a huge LARP battle with, probably 250 people aside, something like that.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. Loved it. And then the second half of that was on the Sunday. Then I played as my character. So I was playing a priest at the time, Glyn.
I don't think you did any sort of priestly stuff. Did you?
Didn't. Well, I went to a couple of meetings.
But you didn't use your Liao or anything. Oh, you lost your Liao. Yeah.
That's a whole other story. Yeah, I lost my Liao in a ditch. Didn't really want to go into that, but basically I got very, very drunk. I was at Songs and Story Time on the Friday night.
The bottles were being passed around.
And there were bottles being passed around the circle, and I didn't realise until I stood up how drunk it really was. And then on the way back to the tent, then I fell in a ditch. And
it's very easy to do.
When you were that drunk, it was very easy to do. And then the following morning, I realised that obviously all the hour would come out of my pouch and disappeared. And then I went to a meeting, I think, the guides meeting the next day, and I said something along the lines of, I haven't got any Lao, and I haven't got any Lao left for whatever reason, whatever we were talking about, I can't remember. And they all gave me a couple of Lao each, which was really nice. And so I actually had some to do some stuff with, although I didn't really do much with it.
I didn't realise they gave you Liao afterwards.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, the people at the meeting all gave me a little bit. So I actually ended up with some. So thank you everyone for that. And then the other bit really that I really enjoyed was the battle, and that was where I actually met. I'm really sorry, I don't know your name. I can't remember it. The guy who does the videos, the headcam videos. He was playing an orc, an important orc or something.
A leader, general.
Yeah, something like that. And he'd been captured, and then me and this other guy were given the task of looking after him and trying to interrogate him. So we had a nice little bit of role play there with that. That was really good. Enjoyed that. And then again, I'm not really going to get. We're not talking about the blow by blow.
Yeah, I know. We should be talking more about our experience.
Yeah. So
as a whole.
So the two battles were really important because they were the things I really enjoyed. And although I quite like being a priest, being a guide, I think even then at the end of that first event, I was sort of questioning whether I'd made the right choice of character.
Yeah.
What about you? Well, you hadn't really.
No, I haven't.
You hadn't really developed a character.
I hadn't even picked my skills.
No, because you hadn't got. You couldn't at the time.
I think I did. I wanted to be a fawn, but I eventually ended up becoming a fate mage. Later on, and now I'm actually, because that Bryn, that character I had in that first event, only now is he not being played.
So actually, out of all of us, out of the whole family,
you
are still on your first character. Technically, you're still on your first character from your first event.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm now changing. I'm changing to a physic, which should be fun.
Okay. And my character Glyn, he died at E1 the following year in the mud apocalypse.
Yeah. Did you actually have to go down the mud?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Although that event, oh my god, the atmosphere. I know we really probably should be talking about it, but
so
the atmosphere in that event was.
I mean, I don't want to be on for too much longer now, but
it's all turning into a podcast now, isn't it?
Well, no, not really. I just want to sort of conclude our thoughts about our first experiences with Empire and LARP.
Yeah.
So we'll sort of end at the following event, which was the one of 2018.
Yeah.
Because quite a lot happened there that changed quite a few things.
Yeah.
So for me, I died.
Yeah. Gave you a new chance for a new character.
Yeah, and although it sort of sucked, it gave me a chance to redesign what I wanted to do, and it also gave me gave me time to think about what it was I was actually enjoying at Empire.
You enjoyed the battles.
I enjoyed the battles and the fighting, more than anything else I'd done, and so I decided to change from a guide to a thorn, and that's when I created Caro. And you sort of moved into sort of becoming a Vate, didn't you? So you did your first of all. You did your was it E1? You did.
So E1 I did my citizenship test.
Did your citizenship test
and then
first?
I didn't go to E2.
So just explain what a citizenship test is.
Yeah. Basically, if you're under the age of 16 and you go to Empire, that's between 0 and 16. You are not classified as a full citizen yet, right? If you go and you're 16 years old, you are instantly classified as a full citizen. And if you don't pass your citizenship test before you're 16, when you're 16,
you automatically become a citizen.
Yes.
Yeah. But you were 13.
I was 13.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a full citizen, which means you can't have any skills.
No.
A lot of time in the
or a
academy,
resource or anything, basically.
No, anything.
Yeah.
A lot of time in the academy, they let you
apprentice.
They let you apprentice and stuff, so you can give it a go at like certain spells and certain skills, which is very cool. But yeah, so E1, by the way, hardly went on the wiki. This is all from in-game.
So you learned it all in-game, pretty much.
And I don't recommend it, but it was an interesting experience.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of cringy mistakes. But,
well, actually, do you know what? I think you probably did the right thing. You could have all just beefed up on it from the wiki and then gone straight away and passed the test. But instead, you actually talked to people about
what
it was that you needed to know.
Yeah.
And
I learned a lot of very interesting things as well. I learned a lot about like the Dornish, so the Dornish is sort of like history and a lot of their like houses. Because one of my friends in the academy
was from Dorne.
Yeah, they weren't from Dorne. They're from Wintermount.
All right. But they knew a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think in-game name was Blaze or something at the time. I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway, so she earned this like big thing, this like flower or something from a Leagueish, what are they called? Noble? Yeah, Leagueish
League
Noble.
or Dawn?
Not League, Dawn.
Dawn.
Sorry, I get too confused. It's
okay.
Terrible. But yeah, anyway, she earned this thing, and I basically learned a lot about Dawn from that because there was one of the teachers from there was
Dornish.
Dornish.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm just so basically there's.
So I actually think you did it the right way around. You rather than just going through the wiki, you actually spoke to people and talked to people and learned from the tutors in the.
Yeah, and by the way, they are all brilliant
in the academy.
Yeah.
Which is I think it's the right way to do it.
Yeah.
So
for a younger.
So you passed your citizenship test.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you didn't pass your test at arms at that event, did you?
No.
It was the next one.
It was E3.
It was E3. Oh, we skipped E2, didn't we?
Did, yeah.
And E1 of that year was the year that Richard came.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be a Fate, and he played Cadogan, didn't he?
Still playing Cadogan.
Still playing Cadogan. And it was really through Richard that we met Emily and John, wasn't it?
Yeah, because they were new players as well.
They were new, yeah. So Richard, Emily, and John were all new players, all at the same time, and they all sort of met together. And I remember the first time I met Emily, we came back. I came back from doing something into the tent. It was absolutely hammering it down with rain, and there was Emily, Richard, and Susan all drinking tea in the tent. And that's how I met Emily.
They're just like, oh.
Hello. But it was actually that moment of meeting Emily and John that changed how our empire was.
Yeah, that was the formation. That was the very start. Because they had their own... They
were the White Foxes.
They were the White Foxes, and we were...
Well, we
hadn't formed Stranger's Song.
We hadn't formed Stranger's Song. No, we were just in the embryonic period of.
Wait, that's a symbol.
That's our banner up there, if you can see it. We were just starting to form Stranger's Song, weren't we?
Yeah. But that was the start of the Entwined Paths.
So they were the White Foxes, and obviously they were doing their own thing, and we were thinking about joining together, but they didn't want to be Stranger's Song, and we didn't want to be White Foxes. So it was only after the event that we sort of looked into what we could do, and then there's this thing called a Thornborn where you could get a lot of steadings and stridings together to all come together under one banner.
Mm-hmm. I think we are actually under one steading, technically, in the game rules.
Is it?
We are. Entwined Paths is both a steading and a
banner.
Thornborn.
But it's a banner that we need to. Anyway, we're getting into technical stuff. Let's not go into that. So we really got on well with John and Emily, and did I first meet Dave and Ian?
No, we met them at the
E3.
E4 of the following year, because that.
No. I think I'd met them. I saw them at E1.
I first met them.
I sort of vaguely saw them, and I'd spoken to Dave on Facebook. Didn't really know.
But we had a proper talk at E4. I remember.
E3.
Yeah.
I tried to sell him a sword.
Right.
But it was E4 of that year that we really sort of got on well with them.
Yeah.
But E1 changed a lot of how we felt about the whole thing, didn't it?
Mm.
Right, so I think we sort of better wrap up about our initial experience of going as a family. So what are your final thoughts of going to Empire as a family then, Dan?
Do it.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's honestly, I think it is a brilliant family experience. And as a young person, it gave me, one, a lot of confidence, but it also has its own freedoms. Because obviously, when I passed my citizenship test, I was probably like 14 at the time. In game, and any in-game stuff, you are regarded as an adult. You know, I could go out at that age, or I mean, there have been people who have passed their citizenship test really young, like 6 or 7, and they've gone out and done awesome stuff. But yeah, at that point, it was like I could do something.
The difference was that me and Mum were happy because you were old enough. We were happy to let you go and do your own thing as long as you checked in with us and you were back at the tent at a reasonable time. We basically let you go and do what you wanted.
Yeah, and I hung around at the academy Saturday and Sunday. I don't think I met them on the Friday. I think they were there on the Saturday.
One last thing I wanted to talk about was I've got it on my notes, was the LARP voice.
The LARP. Oh God.
So, it's really, really cringy, but it's the last thing I want to talk about. So, just after time in on the Friday night.
It's very strange. I think we tried role playing a bit of each other on that night as well.
Yeah, so we were trying. Me and Dan.
We were trying to get into character.
We were trying to get into character and role playing as Glyn and Bryn. And
I think we assumed
it just turned into funny voices.
Yes, it did. It went like,
it was
I am Bryn.
Yeah, and I was like, I am Glyn the wise, and you were like, I am Bryn. And it was like, and then everybody else around us were like,
oh hi,
you're hi, right, mate? And I was like, people don't talk in silly voices. Although we later met other people that do talk in silly voices. But
Sinwig.
Sinwig
as well.
You won't. Thank you for calling it a silly voice. But yeah, we were like really trying to be deep and meaningful, and it wasn't really that, was it? You can. No. There's a difference between role playing and being a character, and having to keep up that sort of.
Yeah, and there are people who do keep up that stuff,
and they're fantastic.
Yes, I mean, like I said, our friend Callum plays Sinwig. He has
He's got a Russian.
He's got a Russian accent. Yeah, Russian sort of.
Russian type. Yeah. Eastern European.
And he does it brilliantly.
And he keeps it up all the time.
I
didn't even know that he was from
Manchester. He has a strong Manchester accent.
I didn't know.
But until he started talking, he was like, "Whoa, who's this?"
Yeah, but anyway, our voices to begin with, they were very, very cringy.
Yeah.
And it was one of the things that.
But we very quickly realised.
That people didn't talk like that.
But I think we did it. I mean, personally, I didn't do it on purpose. I was just. It kind of just felt natural at the time.
Yeah, it's like, Bryn, we are here in the Songs and Stories circle.
Haha, look at the new lights.
Look at this. And we were like, and people were just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cringy.
And also we were like, you can't slip up on each other's names.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, in the entire past, we probably shouldn't. But I think a lot of the time we are quite OC sometimes. It's kind of like when you're
not really.
No. I mean, we're not like
we don't start talking about computers and cars.
Yeah, of course. But I mean, I didn't realise how
it's very easy to slip out.
It's almost like you sort of slip in and out. You basically, I mean, most Empire. I'm guessing most people watching this are Empire players currently. But obviously, when you're in deep role play, doing something like...
There's a difference between... I think there's a big difference...
There's light...
Between you talking to a senator or a general, which is going to be in a quite... Official, and it's role playing, and you're playing a character. And there's a difference between that and at,
cooking your dinner.
10 o'clock in the morning, cooking your breakfast.
Yeah.
And one of your mates comes out from the tent on the other side of the clearing. With a hangover. There might be a couple of vaguely OC comments.
Yeah. And I mean, I think one of the things we learned, two strange things in Anvil that just seem to be popping up all the time. The Book of Faces and the Tube That Is Yours.
Yeah, the Tube That Is Yours. Yeah, I mean, because that
arcane tablets.
Yeah, an arcane tablets. Yeah, so they're just ways of saying, when you meet somebody, you can look me up in the Book of Faces.
I'm new to Anvil as well. That was an amazing line.
I think we're sort of digressing again. So
I can't help it.
So I think we're going to end it there. Hopefully it was a little bit helpful. We were a bit rambly. I know that.
I think people like ramble. I hope.
Well, I hope so, because we've rambled a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, our aim was to just
Talk.
about our the beginnings of why we role played and why we LARPed and what we thought about it. And if people like this video, we might do another one.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe talk about more recent Empire and talk about. Well, we
Yeah.
can talk about the formation of the Entwined Past. Maybe
Yeah,
more.
we only sort of just touched on that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Really. Great. Okay, well, thanks very much for watching. I'm Rob. This is Dan. We're Beast of Burden channel. Please like, subscribe, do all the other technical wizardry things that I don't really understand.
Hit the bell. That's a new one.
Hit the bell.
Yeah, there's a little bell on the side
Is that
that lets you get notified whenever we upload a video. Do that.
Right.
Or not.
Okay.
What
Thanks
does
for watching, and see you again soon.
Yeah, cheers.
Bye.
Bye. I'm going to awkwardly set the camera.